So, my viewer and subscriber, it's only been 11 months since Vibes Cartel has been home, and the question still lingers. Every once in a while, it still pops up. Will Cartel marry to sidem? Well, here is my here's my input. Uh, I believe that he will not marry her, but she will always have a hefty bank account, several homes in which to visit, go, sleep, hang out, go to the pool. Uh, she'll have clothing. So, clothing, shelter, and money, and food, of course. Uh, the 4 or 5 things that we need most in life. He'll make sure that she has that. I don't believe he's a playboy. Um, he'll say things, but then when looking on, it's a total opposite. I'm not knocking Vibes Cartel, as you know, I blog about him. Okay, but I like to be fair and I like to be honest. And it's based on what I see, what he shows us, like I've always said. And from the looks of things, and if I was her, if there's nothing better out there, for all the time that she waited for him, about 9 years, this would be the 10th year. If he's not physically or verbally abusing her, which I believe he probably does sometime when he drinks a little too much and she might ask about the other woman. Sidem is just like us. All of us, we're naggers. We will nag. The women who don't nag, who don't ask questions about other women, are the women who have a man on the outside, or they, how do you say, they have an agenda. He will not marry her, but she will be fine. She'll be set for life. What he needs to do, and she maybe need to see about that if she can, I don't know, is have something, have him maybe make a will and make sure she's included. So all these people who keep saying, oh, Shorty must come and put her out the house, and Shorty, Shorty is living her life. She doesn't even look like she's in the least interested in Cartel. She just wants his money, that monthly money that she gets from him, or weekly or daily, whatever. She gets a large sum of money, and it has nothing to do with the children. That's just for her, along with all the other mothers of the other, 4 kids, because she has 3 and it's 7 in total. She doesn't really care. When us women, when we mess up and we know we've messed up, and we know we don't really deserve anything from a man, we keep quiet. People keep saying, go on interviews, go and tell them all you know about what? Hopefully whatever she's going to tell them, she's going to tell them all about her side, and be honest, be truthful. Did you not get involved with anyone for the 13 years that he was locked up? He was still putting food on the table, shelter over your head, clothes on your back, and the kids, and you had a car, you had it made. And he's still pretty much doing the same thing. The only thing, you might not be sleeping in bed with him, having sex, going up and down and following him around to all his shows. It just would look out of place. Your time came, and that was then. Now is now. Even if it wasn't sidem, time for something new, something fresh, something different. Okay, not all that toxic. Before he went to prison, it was so toxic that she had to stab him with whether it be a knife or an ice pick, whatever it was. Who needs a woman like that? And no man is looking for a woman who's going to run up on him like a man and want to fight every day. Cartel needs peace, and from the looks of sidem, she brings peace to him. We've never seen him sad around her. He never stopped laughing, never stopped smiling, and she's fun to be with. She doesn't seem toxic to me, Yes, give and take, we don't see everything on camera, but, they would slip out at some point. They would have slipped up by now. So I'm just saying he might not marry her, but she will not have to be struggling like us women who have no man, struggling to pay bills, taking from Peter to pay Paul every month. She's good. She doesn't have to worry about anything, but taking care of herself, taking care of her health, looking pretty, and just sit back, relax whenever Cartel is out with her. She knows to step back. She doesn't have to open her mouth and be saying stuff like that loudmouth one that keep thinking that Cartel came out was to marry her. And she keep losing her mind, not taking her medication. You guys know who that is. We don't have to call no names. No, Sidem is, you could say Sidem is not like that. And I think she's a very smart woman. Very smart. Now, as for the baby, well, we're not 100% sure what those balloons were about. But still makes you wonder, is she expecting a baby? And if she is, well, that child will not be hungry. Will not be in wants for anything. He or she will go to the best school, just have the best of everything. Probably have a nanny, probably have a chauffeur. So let's not worry about whether Cartel is going to marry them or not. Look at how many of us had children with a man. He never married us. He went outside and married someone else. Sometimes you're not it. Sometimes you're not it. Come on, ladies, face reality. And a lot of us, we know. No one has to tell us. We already know we were never it. We weren't the it girl. So if you're with a man, and for all the women who keep saying he needs to go back to Shorty or go find somebody else and let's see them go back to England, how would you feel if you are with a man and people keep telling him not to marry you, send you away, all these things, send you away, don't give you anything because you were a stalker, that's how you met him. Who cares how she met him? She was loyal to him, and I believe she still is loyal, and she comes with peace and harmony, and that is what a Cartel needed in his life. Nobody running up on him every minute, want to stab him up, want to fight him like a man and tell him about his BC and BB and all those kind of things. No. She's only walking around now with all those tattoos all over her, trying to look ladylike. Well, I don't know about all those tattoos looking ladylike and trying to be calm and everything. But sometimes we can see through people. You know what you did. He know what he did. There's no right or any wrong in that relationship. But no, Cartel needs to move forward just the way she moved forward. She moved forward years ago before Cartel came from prison. And she gave up on him. Didn't care for him anymore. Didn't want to have anything to do with him. Well, Sidem waited. She waited. And whatever she's getting from Cartel, she deserves it. She deserves it. So if you're one of those people who keep wondering, will Cartel or should Cartel marry to Sidem? Has anyone married to you? All the years you've been around with a man, probably in and out of bed and everything with him, not even a ring on your finger. You're taking the bus instead of him buying your car. So these are the people. These are the low-grade people who have so much to say about their relationship. How is your life going? What's going on in your life? What do you have? Let's see them be. Let her be. If she's not happy, she knows the way to the airport. She does. And she doesn't have to be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed of anything. She's still young. She could go back to England or wherever she chooses to live and start fresh. Cartel is good and everything, and yeah, but there's men more wealthier than Cartel. I just don't want him to abuse her behind the scenes. When he went to Trinidad, I don't know if I should say this, but when he went to Trinidad and he took Sandra Rose with him at that rum launch, I don't know if you guys saw what Sidem wrote on, she was really angry, what she wrote on Instagram. Yeah, she told him bye. But then, you see Sandra Rose coming through the airport with an off-the-shoulder blouse, no hickeys. Next morning, She was covered with hickey all over her shoulder, her neck, everywhere. And she took a picture of sitting in Vybz Kartel lap on the patio. And then she took it down real quick. But me, yes, I'm very nosy. And I watched everything they're doing. And I saw it, and she took it down. And a lot of other people saw it also. And she says, we're here happy together, and while you're hating. You know, so here's another one that thought maybe it was going to be her, that Cartel would just go back to Jamaica. Excuse me, sorry. And just get rid of them, put her out the house, and then move her in. All these beautiful women just wasting their lives away. Anyway, good night. I'm under the weather, guys. Subscribe. Bye-bye.